Welcome to Onivia, League of Legends highlights. These are the best highlights from today's LPL matchup.
That's a good point, actually. Yeah, we'll see whether LGD can come down to contest. He's going to be here. Has level 6, but just bursts out a little bit of Jin gel there.
Yeesh. That spear is going to make Nani's life a little worse. Oh, Meteor, this is rough. IG weren't able to do it fast enough. They just lost their fourth shot. Meteor is there. He steals it. IG logos come up from IG, but they're losing bodies now, too. As Haichao has already come away with the first blood for LGD. They came away with the dragon. They came away with the 3 grubs. And right now,
over to LGD, it does feel like IG, they're set up for these objectives. This hasn't been good enough.
Oh, he doesn't have anything this time. My boy. Oh, no. The pressure point for IG has been exposed. As they do take him down, they need to be a little bit careful. Jin Zhao trying to get an angle to get out, and luckily Xiaoyu able to put down.
Stacking. This is not how you can allow this game to go out. You're losing another dragon. IG, they do have good scaling. They do have good pick potential, but you can't just let the game fall away from you. This is just, we've talked about this before. This is Safari League of Legends. They're watching the wildlife. They're not doing anything about it. They're here as spectators. They're not actually interacting with the map, and I don't think they can do that with this comp.
They have to be proactive. They have to find some sort of life on the map, especially with the Jin in the composition. Now LGD just feels super confident to move into the enemy jungle, especially with how far of a lead Meteor has already. Still not a first item completed for GLFS. He did stop off for the boost just to make sure, but IG struggling to keep promise in their own red side jungle right now, and you have to think there's also going to be more objectives this way to try to contest this one. They can't even step foot over there, even though they have the scuttle crab vision.
So, IG, can you afford to say way into the river again, or are you just going to be doing a bit more of a safari? They want to get involved this time.
Let's go. That is a bold TP, and YSKM's in there like swimwear. Big bullet time. Going to be stopped. Xiaoyu flashing over there, though. You got to look at the fight, though. IG getting split. Bertle has caught off the rest of them, and now LGD reforming around YSKM like an amoeba, and he will become one with LGD as they take the Rift Herald on top of it all, just like a cherry on top of a cake.
Yeah, IG thought they were being flanked, but they were the ones being enveloped. Arn can't influence the fight. Vampire's here, but I think he might just get caught.
He's just a Jin, man! Come on! He tries to cleanse out of the slow. There's nothing to be said there. And LGD, they are looking down the barrel of a perfect game right now.
Immediately, as the lowest seed in this stage, down against it at the earliest possible opportunity. And that's such a shame because we've known this team can be very creative team fighters. I think particularly Arn is a player which I've sung the praises over and over. They're going to teleport onto the sideline now to see if they can get something back.
All right, Bertle, he does not have the ulti available. This is just going to be a classical 1v3 in the alcove, and he'll slowly but surely go down, giving the kill over to Nani. That's big. On the other side of the map, though, LGD are responding, trying to get a push into the tier 2 with Haichao.
You know,
have quelled that very heftily, and we are already on second items for Haichao and for Xiaoyu.
So, LGD, they do return to the scene of this crime. They'll get themselves that turret as well.
Oh, the map strength. While they knew that the entire time, they just can pull back to the dragon and get a soul point. What a map decisive move from LGD.
This is wonderfully played from LGD. I will say on the other side again, though, this is a bit more of a product of them losing the game and losing so many lanes, but IG across both games we've seen so far, they've just been behind on the map. They've been playing for these snappy engages, for these pick combos with either a Blitzcrank or a Jin, and it hasn't gotten them the value. It hasn't blown out the game, which maybe it would have done versus some of the teams in the Nirvana group. Maybe you would have been able to scrap your way through, because they're also YSKM separating someone off from the team so they can get burned down as well. While all that happens, you also need to not get caught as well. But they're not even getting towards those fights. That's another tower gone for LGD. IG, I think that they're in such a bad spot now that they can't even look for fights.
They don't have wave clear.
They're just sat here.
It's so difficult. I mean, you're against all the mites. First of all, you have Jin. You only have 4 shots in the grenade. I mean, it's very difficult to wave clear if you don't have Nani. Nani will be on second item. We're going to get some of those spikes here for IG, but is it going to be too little too late?
I think so at this point, because the problem now is you have Bertle, he's also quite far ahead of the game as well, even though he's not completely out of proportion, but he can take some off the board. Look at the XP advantage in jungle. GLFS, can he get a good ult?
He's a little scared, does bounce away though. The passive starting to rain hell here. First shot's going to miss. Second shot's going to miss. You got to hit one of them. On going to not hit any of his shots. And that will be LGD making out by the skin of their teeth down bot. There is the TP on top side. IG. They stay up and they stay fighting. Here comes the counter TP from LGD. All out there. Deadly Flourish. They're connecting the CC really nicely on a Jin Zhao, and he will go down. Bertle is a big machine, though, and he's smacking that mace down. Xiaoya finds his own and gets a solo bolo in the middle of the team fight against On. What a statement of a game and of this series for LGD.
This hasn't been close. IG have been behind on the map, and in this point where they try and make this big map play, they are just too far behind. LGD, they come in as on top seed into the nice rival stage, the top team from the two teams of Ascension, which have made a way down to face off against the Nirvana groups, and it hasn't particularly been close so far. We thought there'd be a weakness in the bot side. I don't think that's been the case, and IG have not really been able to find those scrappy fights they've thrived on. Bertle has overstepped, though. He's probably going to die.
We've seen this already, and we talked about it a little bit. Bertle stays his welcome a little bit too long. We'll look for the outplay, but has no Realm of Death here. Just try to get some damage down. But nice little pick off by IG to get GLFS a little bit of gold. Baron started up on the other side, though. LGD not caught wanting themselves.
No, LGD, they're just faster again. Yes, you stay for Bertle, but you give up. Run over this fight. Even though they lose their support, doesn't matter.
And if you're wondering why all the introspective looks into IG, why all this, they're on the edge of a cliff with this series. We could not see them. Oh, it's GLFS going to steal it, give a little bit of hope back. He goes down immediately, and so too do two other members of IG. The hope that was ripped straight out from their hands, and now LGD with the Baron buff of plenty, 2 minutes strong, looking to crash into the Nexus turrets.
Yeah, GLFS might have the Midas touch and the Dragon turns to gold. Sadly, so does his own base. LGD running it back. 6 scrubs looking to close out the game.
LGD, we've talked about the curse. We talked about them not making playoffs since 2020 summer, but now they find themselves one game away from that very thought of breaking the curse and dooming IG to 2025.
These were the best highlights from today's LPL matchup. Click that subscribe button faster than Ramus can say okay. See you on the next one.